Some of you have already experienced it. A time when you feel hopeless. A feeling that there's no one you can turn to for help. Your life is filled with despair. You believe that you can never be normal again, and you will never find happiness. No one gets how you feel, and you cannot seem to find a way to make anyone understand what you're experiencing. Now, imagine that you're feeling all of this at the age of 6. 6 years old. That's when it started for our daughter, Mary. She was a happy, fun-loving girl, breezing through pre-K 3 and 4 at a private school here in Houston. But in 2015, one semester into kindergarten, Mary began to break down emotionally. She was not able to communicate why she felt this way, but she could not go to school. She would scream, "I can't, I can't." And we did not understand at all. We feared the worst and asked all of the whys. Is someone bullying you? Is it a teacher or a student? Is it the schoolwork itself or is it PE? She could not answer. All she could do is scream, "I don't know," and cry and lose control. We pushed, because that's what we thought we needed to do as her parents. This is what all kids do. They go to school. Each day became harder. At drop-off, we had to peel her out of the back seat of the car, screaming and crying. We forced her into her school uniform each morning, and sometimes it just didn't happen. I remember carrying her into the classroom one day in her pajamas. She pleaded and begged me not to leave. The more we forced, the worse it got. We had no choice but to find help after missing the last month of school. The behavior worsened, and we wound up in the ER one weekend in June. Tests were run, medicines were given, tears were constant, and we were sent home 4 days later with a diagnosis of unknowns, possible anxiety, and referral to child psychiatry. Things were a little better over the summer, but then came August. In the fall, we enrolled her in our zone public school for first grade, hoping that a change in venue would help. It did not. In fact, things worsened. We had professionals on board, worked with the school administration, filled out 504 plans, and tried every possible idea at drop-off to make it more smooth. 6 weeks in, and after a very difficult morning, I got a call. "Mr. Garner, you need to come back and get Meredith, or we're going to have to call an ambulance to come and get her." Her fight or flight response left her unable to cope with the situation any longer. I went back to school, held her in my arms, and then took her home. We withdrew her and had never felt so lost and scared. The suffering affected our oldest daughter, my wife and I's relationship, and our friendships. We felt like we were on an island. While we searched for help from a variety of professionals, Meredith was missing all of first grade. We went down many paths before learning that Meredith suffered from generalized anxiety disorder, agoraphobia, and a weather phobia on top of that. It was difficult for her to communicate because, how can you? You're 6, 7 years old. You don't know what's going on inside you. You have no idea. And we had no idea how impossible these situations were for her. We felt like we had failed her as parents. We were advised to try a therapeutic school in Houston that specializes in helping kids with emotional regulation issues. Meredith completed 2nd grade there and made great improvements with emotional regulation. With the help of a child psychologist, she slowly learned how to regulate her body, but she was still so scared. Scared of the weather, scared of other people, scared of new places. We needed to transfer her to a school where she could learn how to learn while managing this anxiety, where she could learn social skills, gain confidence, create new friendships, and learn how to function with the fear. We toured the Joy School and knew immediately that it would be a good place for her to begin third grade. But it was not just a good place, it was an incredible place. These people just get it. They understood the struggle and turned things around in ways that we never could have imagined. For both our daughter and our family. You can't learn if you don't feel safe, and safety takes many forms, from physical to emotional. The Joy School is where she found acceptance, compassion, and understanding, all of which led to feeling safe and ultimately an education that will serve her for a lifetime. The road has not been without bumps and potholes, but every time we hit one, we experience support. Support in every faculty member, from the front desk to the teachers and the coaches to the deans. Meredith is now in 7th grade at the Joy School and is flourishing. Faculty members will say, "Remember when?" And we remember. Meredith will face battles her entire life, but thanks to the Joy School, she has the confidence, the communication skills to help when those challenges arise. New social skills, new test-taking skills, and definitely new skills in learning and functioning on a daily basis. Meredith is so strong, truly amazingly strong. I always believed that she had in her to fight through her anxieties and someday come out on top. However, I'm convinced that she never would have made it this far, this fast, without the wonderful people at the Joy School. The teachers and staff define this school, making it a caring place, a safe place, the kind of place that can change a child's life. Dyslexia, processing issues, anxiety, the Joy School finds ways to help kids develop by working through the various barriers that they have to learning. I think this is best stated in a letter that Meredith wrote on her own to the Joy School last year, and she wanted it published in the yearbook. She says, "Dear Joy, I've now been going to this amazing school for 3 years. It's the best choice I will ever make in my whole life. This past year has been hard, but I have made it. I give all of my success to all the wonderful, kind, outgoing, and most understandable people I have ever met. If I could give them the world, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm telling you, these people have changed my life. All of them are so amazing. I can't even explain how incredibly grateful I am for them. I love you all. Forever love, Meredith." So this moment right now is where all of us here today can help change a child's life, a child like Meredith. Fund the Mission supports the Joy School Student Financial Aid Fund. Over $7 million has been given from the fund to assist with tuition, hot lunches, after-school, and study hall programs. This year alone, $645,000 has been allocated to financial aid. On average, 15 to 20% of the entire student body receives partial or full tuition assistance. If you are interested in helping to bring a Joy School education to a child whose family is in financial need, please take a moment to fill out the Fund the Mission card in your program. You can leave the card in the envelope on the table, or you can turn it in at the table in the lobby. For those with terrible handwriting like myself, you can also text JOY25, JOY25, to 41444. So that's JOY25 to 41444 to make your donation electronically. No amount is too large or too small, whether it's dyslexia, dysgraphia, a language disorder. Every dollar will help extend the reach of the Joy School to kids like our Meredith, who desperately need the special gifts this school offers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening and for your generous support of this life-changing school, a school that truly is how schools should be. Thank you.